My name is Eddie.
And I'm Sylvia.
And it's time for one of our favorite traditions. We are going to start our annual top 50 board games of all time.
And the best part, we have no idea what's on each other's list. We've been carefully keeping them secret, and now for the first time, we're recording it to share it with all of you.
So join us for the laughs, the surprises, and maybe a few controversial picks along the way. Our lists are based on the previous year's plays.
I based my list on what I would really like to play, how much I enjoy the game, and how much I enjoy the mechanic and theme of the games.
This year I've changed a bit how I want to pick the games, and I went on how much I enjoyed the experience around the table.
We love all of these games because we carefully build our collection, but obviously not all of them can be number one. Otherwise, why make a list?
So let's jump in. Let's start with me. My number 50 is Camel Up. Camel Up has fallen for me from last year. It was number 29 last year, and it's now fallen to number 50, mainly because of all the fantastic games we got last year. So yeah, Camel Up is a fantastic game. It's where you be on camels. Everyone, when you play the game, everyone always says, I'm gonna be red or blue or whatever the case may be, and so it takes some time for them to wrap their head around that they are not a color, but they are rather betting on the camels racing around the track. And Camel Up is our 8th most played game of all time, and love seeing people's
their reactions
when their camel crosses the line.
Yeah, I didn't make my top 50 this year, unfortunately. But my number 50 is a game that is down a little bit, as I placed it a bit higher, 8 spots higher last year, and that is Targi. It's still one of my favorite two-player games. It's tight, there's strategy in such a small box. I like the two-player experience. You really have to think where you're placing your Meeples, and that's Targi for me. A very good worker placement game.
Yeah, Targi fell out of my top 50, 62. But I agree. Excellent, meaty two-player game, I would say. And last year you upgraded some of the components, which makes it even better. My number 49 is another racing game. It is Downforce, and it fell from number 23 last year to number 49.
That's quite a drop.
It is quite a drop. It is our 3rd most played game of all time, with good reason. Everyone always wants to play Downforce, and very much similar to Camel Up. It doesn't have you're not a colored car, rather we are playing out cards from your hand, and then depending on the colors, how they are ranked on the card is how the cars move around the track. And so even though your card doesn't end first, you could still win the game by clever bids that you put on other people's cars. So it's very unique, always a favorite amongst our friends.
Yeah, I think people like that especially because you don't have to finish first to win the game.
Exactly.
My number 49 is a small little game, dropped a little bit for me, 3 spots. I love the dice and engine building combo, and this is Tiny Epic Galaxies. Yeah. Very compact game, a very Euro-y type of game, tiny game but still epic fun.
Yeah, Tiny Epic just fell out at number 70 for me, but I agree, such a meaty, thinky game that comes in such a tiny box. And I think that a lot goes for the game because you can carry it around basically anywhere. Yeah. Nice pick. My number 48 is now more a meatier game. You know my style, what I like, area control, war games, and this is a game that's been in our collection actually from the start, one of our first games. Absolutely love this game, but it fell off. It was 41 last year, and now 48. It is a Game of Thrones.
Oh.
This game has one of the best battle mechanics for me, and also action spaces, or the way that you do your actions is very unique. You have to place it out before you know what everyone else's actions are. So very thematic. It's one of the games I really adore. The reason it fell off that much for me is obviously because we don't get it to the table that often. So yeah, number 48, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm not going to say much about it now.
Mm-hmm.
Might come up later.
Really?
My number 48 though might surprise you a little bit. It is up one from the previous year, and that is Lord of the Rings, the card game, the revised court set.
Okay.
It's up this high for me because of the difficulty of the game. I feel it's very tricky, but I love the co-op challenge. But oh my goodness, it's a hard game to win. But for that reason, I feel it fits the theme so much. You really feel that dark desperation that Frodo and the gang felt when you really do not know how you're going to pull this together to get this campaign through. It's a very hard game, but when you pull it off, especially because of that feeling, it is so satisfying.
It is, yes. Like you said, a very difficult game, especially when a giant spider eats Gimli's face off and dies, and you've built him up, and now all of a sudden he's out of the game.
It can be so demoralizing though. Yeah. But a good game.
Very good game.
It's rule heavy though.
A bit rule heavy, but a nice game, I agree. I'm not going to say anything this time. Maybe it's high on my list. Alright, now on to a much lighter game, number 47 for me. Yeah, this game fell from last year, it was 43. And this is a little game called Carcassonne. I really love this game. I adore this game. It's a tile-laying game, and it's so satisfying putting the kingdom together, all the roads, all the cities, and scoring the points for when you close a city. It's such a nice, relaxing game, and such a great introduction game. Actually, we've always brought out Carcassonne when we're at game nights, especially with new people, and usually they ask, can we play Carcassonne again if we go next time. So one of the great games, a timeless classic, that's Carcassonne 47.
Well, let's stick to the smooth, familiar classics, because sometimes that's all you want. You just want a smooth, familiar experience. So my number 47 is Ticket to Ride.
Nice.
And for me, it can come in this high because we've played it so much last year. So it actually moved up 9 spots this year for me.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Yeah, well, it is so relaxing for me. It has the right amount of competition, so you can block each other. You don't have to block each other. So it fits all kinds of people around the table. It's a classic game. You can introduce anybody to this game, especially if they're new to board game, if they haven't played any other games. Collecting the cards and playing them to build your trains. A very easy game. I like it quite a bit. That's Ticket to Ride.
That is a great game. I think I know why it's jumped for you that much, is because with the amount of plays it got. Ticket to Ride for me, can't find it here now on my list. I think it missed my top 50 by a tad. But yeah, Ticket to Ride is a great game. It's such an easy game that we had an experience last year where we taught the game and everyone grasped the game so easy, and so as we started to play, people started to chat around the table.
Yeah, we just had a relaxing chit-chat.
A relaxing game, but it was like the longest Ticket to Ride game of my life.
Because everybody was just chilled about it.
Yeah. My number 46 is the first climber from last year. Last year it was 52. It is a 2-player game, one that we played a lot last year.
Okay.
In fact, so much so that it was our second most played game of last year.
Wow.
It's a game called Yinch.
Oh.
And this game really surprised me a lot because I'm not a big abstract strategy gamer, but this game just tickles the brain in the right way.
And still feels relaxing.
So relaxing, so chilled. We took this game a few times out when we grab something to eat at the restaurant, and just played like 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. It's a very relaxing, nice little game. It really surprised me. Number 46 inch.
Excellent pick.
Thank you.
My number 46 is a game you already mentioned, and this one for me fell 13 spots this year.
Oh,
Same reasons that you mentioned, and that's A Game of Thrones, the board game. It's hard to get to the table, but when it hits the table, it's such an epic negotiation and betrayal game. Why it's hard is because of the group of people you need to get together. So everybody needs to be in the same frame of mind, and especially if they've watched the show, it just gets that theme together into an immersive experience.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that it is higher for you this time out. I think actually last year I had it higher than you.
What did you have it last year?
I had it on 41 last year.
Last year mine was 33.
Oh, still higher.
Yes. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with that one. But it's what a wonderful game. I really wish we could get it to the table more often. Alright, now my number 45. Another climber from last year. Last year this was 53. It is a small game called Marshmallow Test.
Oh, Marshmallow Test.
This is a trick-taking game. It's one of my favorite mechanics in games. I think today that it's a bit overused, trick-taking. It seems like every publisher or company has
really
a
blew up.
trick-taking game, and with a unique twist, but really actually so much of it has already been done. This one in particular though, Marshmallow Test, is trick-taking in a normal sense, but this time you don't want to take too much tricks. You want others to take tricks, otherwise you won't score points. And if you wait too long, you might blow your points and end up with 0. It's really nice the way it's put together, and we always had a lot of laughter and a lot of fun around the table.
And usually a close game also.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
very close games with this one, but this is definitely one of my favorite trick-taking games. I think actually it is my favorite trick-taking game.
Yeah, I adore this game. We will speak about it sometime.
Aha.
My number 45 dipped slightly. It's down 2 spots. A simple game. Again, one of those games that gives you this cozy feeling. However, between the two of us, it can be quite cutthroat, and that is Azul. Beautiful game, satisfying to play. It tickles the right parts of my brain. I like it a lot. A great filler before you start a gaming night or in between. A really great game, and that's Azul.
Yeah, Azul dropped off for me a bit. It was number 55 this year.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But I know why it's so high, because you always tend to win
I like Azul quite a bit.
this game. Yeah, abstract. That's why something like Yinch is such a surprise to me, because abstract doesn't really appeal to me that way. Yeah. My number 44, as it also starts to rain now outside, is a game that you already had on. So this is the first crossover, I think you can say. No, it's not. We had Game of Thrones, the second one. This is the Lord of the Rings, the card game.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
For the same reasons. It's such a punishing game, but such a rewarding game at the end. And I think what keeps me coming back to this one is the theme. You know, you really feel like you're walking through Middle Earth, and with all the orcs and the trolls and the...
Yeah, if there's a game that takes that feeling from the movie and captures that, it's this game.
It is this game, and so I quite enjoyed it.
I'm
looking forward to getting expansion packs as well to this game.
I actually thought it would be up a bit higher for you.
Really?
I thought, yes.
There's a lot of great games.
There's a lot of great games. That brings me to my number 44, and it's down 7, and it was once for 2 years in a row my top 20, but I do believe the reason it fell this much is because we haven't played it a lot in the last year or so. So that is Condottiere.
Oh,
yes,
it fell a lot.
It fell a bit.
Wow.
Only 7 from last year. So I love the bluffing here, where you bluff that your hand is not as good as it might be just to play out cards, because you do not redraw cards as you play it out to win a battle. So you really have to make sure you play your cards, don't hold on to those higher cards, and then somebody or the rest of the players around the table don't have enough cards and you have to all throw in and you waste all of your big numbers.
Yeah.
So I love that bluffing part of the game to control the battles. We just didn't play it a lot this year, so I think it just fell a little bit, but a very, very good, also underrated game.
A very, very underrated game.
Actually, I want to play it now.
It's a very good game. I'll maybe have a few words to say about it
I'm
later.
sure you will.
Right, now my number 43 is a game I really struggled with in terms of ranking. It's a game that I really adore, but it has its ups and it has its downs, and this is a game we had from the start.
Oh?
Actually, this is our first game
No.
ever, I think, or the second one, I can't remember, because I think it was Pandemic and
And Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, and then the third one was, of course,
Dead of Winter.
Dead of Winter.
Oh.
So my number 43,
No!
it was number 30 last year.
Mhm.
To tell you the truth, I think it would have been out of my top 50 if it wasn't for the experience we had last year. When we introduced it to some of the new players, and they absolutely adored it, and it just
For good reason.
for good reason. And I just again saw how good this game really is and
Yes.
how much fun it could be. And so it remained in the top 50 for me. It could even climb, depending on, like I said, this year I went with what the experience was this time. So yeah, Game of Thrones, my number 43.
You mean Dead of Winter?
Ah, sorry, Dead of Winter.
Well, my number 43 is also a classic type of game. It's one of the greenest games we own.
Oh, is it the Friedman Freeze?
It is. And that's Power Grid. It fell with 12 spots this year, but hey, we finally got the South Africa expansion.
We did.
So we played it
And
recently.
now all the power is off. You don't need.
So maybe it might climb up again. Who knows? I really actually enjoyed our
It was
last
quite nice.
play.
Yeah.
It's a unique, smart economy. I really do like the system that you can see the future market and only bid on the current market. And if you do not take a card, you leave some of those cards for your opponent to take. So sometimes you take a card and a better card comes out and you're like, oh no, maybe I should have waited, because you don't have to bid in turn order. So I really like that. And also, one of the things people struggle with usually is not the one who finishes the game is probably going to win.
That is a strange
Very
one.
smart way to keep everyone in the game. So you just need to make sure you can keep powering your cities.
Yeah. Right, we are now at number 42,
The
and
answer
this
to life.
the answer to life and everything in it. And this is actually, on that note, a brand new entry.
Oh.
Yes, a brand new entry from last year. I did not expect to like a simple card game like this much. And once again, like I said, I had to. This time I rated all the board games on the experience we had, and so this one we played.
I'm so curious now.
And our first was not a game con, but
Oh.
yes.
Yes.
And so this one is
It was
called.
a Comic-Con.
It is Comic-Con. This one is called Trio.
Fantastic.
What a
game.
nice game. What a simple, easy game. We had it last week. We had it at a games night, and
Yes.
we just keep playing it. Everyone just
Yeah.
wants to play over and over. Let's go again. Let's
Yep.
go again. We'll see if it climbs or falls in the years to come, but I think a very solid entry at number 42 for me.
Very good. One of the weirdest experiences, now that you bring it up, at the Comic-Con we learned about this game. I had it on my radar,
Oh yeah.
and it was called Nana when I learned about the game.
Oh yeah.
And then they released Trio, and when we went to the con, we saw the game. Then we thought, Akabat, let's learn to play it. And the guy came around and he just placed the cards. So he said, two minutes, and we started playing. We actually thought he missed some rules. And it's such a great game.
Yeah,
It
what
was
a
my
great
number
game.
51. It just missed my top 50.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That is a surprise for me.
Well, my number 42 is my biggest fall. My biggest fall with 29 spots. I'm so sad about this because I really do like polyomino tile-laying games.
You do.
And that's Project L. So I definitely leaned a little bit more into the heavier games this year. You will see as we go further onto the list. But I love this clean, puzzling feeling. I think it triggers that part of me that played Tetris when I was young. It just didn't come in quite as high this year. We played it a lot the previous year, so it came in very, very, very high last year.
Yeah.
But I love this game.
What a great little game. It was my 54, so it just missed my top 50, but what a great polyomino game.
Yeah.
And the components are fantastic.
Beautiful game.
Yeah. And so it's also a nice gateway game as well, or like a filler.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually played this with a lot of people for their first time, and I picked it up very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly. Yeah. No, it's a nice pick.
Thank you.
Alright, now, last one to close this list is number 41. Wow, I don't know really what to say about this game. Also a love-hate relationship with this game. It was 49 last year.
Okay.
It actually climbed for me to 41, and that is Prodigal's Club.
Oh, okay, Prodigal's Club.
What a strange game. Not just the theme of the game, but to wrap your head around the fact that you have to play on 3 boards. You're essentially playing on 3
games.
You're playing 3 games in one. And in on all 3 boards, you want to do the worst because you're trying to get your guy to do the worst, to lose reputation and votes and what else. It's such a thinky game.
Yeah, it's really meaty.
With all these little mini games within this game, but it takes a while to wrap your head around.
Yes.
A proper meaty game, I would say. So yeah, I'm quite surprised when I did my list. It's at 41. We'll see where it goes.
Well, you surprised me. For me, it was 53 this year, and I also believe that this one can climb higher because it sits exactly in a spot where I like my games to be.
Oh, yes.
So, closing off my part of the list, number 41, I'm going to ask you a question. What comes to mind when I say cooperative chaos? You want to take a guess?
A cooperative chaos.
Yes.
There's so many games running through my head now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
And it might be an inside joke because of our last game. This is Atlantis Rising.
Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, Atlantis Rising dropped to 11 spots. We didn't get it to a table quite this often this year. There's so many games to get to. But the cooperative tension in this game is top notch, and anything can happen.
Fantastic.
You still think you are fine, you're gonna roll the dice, and either your part of the island sinks or you throw garbage dice, and there's nothing you can do.
That's absolutely nothing. It's I get what you say, cooperative chaos, because last time, you make a plan around the table, everyone's in on the plan, and once you start placing out your meeples, everyone's going on their own way and drowning and
and maybe some self-sabotage.
maybe as well. But I agree, what a fantastic game.
It's always a race against time in this game. I love the pressure, I love the drama it creates, and the components. Oh my goodness, I love the look of this game. A very
Beautiful.
good game.
I always use Atlantis as the example of what a game can be and should be, component-wise,
and
production-wise, at the correct price point. You know how I feel, my opinion these days about Kickstarters and all that stuff. But anyway, I always use Atlantis Rising as a good example. Interesting fact, actually, Atlantis Rising also, it's higher for me this year than last year, but it's just out of my top 50.
What number?
Number 51.
Oh my soul, just missed it.
Yeah.
What a great game.
Yeah, fantastic game.
We just need to play it more.
We do. So there you have it. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. That is our top 50.
Number 50 to 41.
Yes, and so we'd love to know your opinion. Which game do you think on this list should be higher, or maybe even a top 10er, or maybe not even included in a top 100? And we'll get to you in the comments, and I'll tell you why I think you are wrong.
We'd love to discuss the games. If you comment in the comment section, tell us what you think about the list, and
until next time, keep the music playing
and keep the meeples moving.